Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute and I'm excited to be back. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. And so today I want to talk about fixing our eyes on Jesus. And I want to pose a question. Where is your focus at? What are you focusing on? And I want to talk about this in relation to the external environment that we're living in, which can be extremely toxic even for the soul and can make our hearts, sick. And so Hebrews chapter 12 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, and let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And that's what I want to highlight. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And I also want to read from Colossians chapter 3, from verse 1. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your heart on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your heart on things, your mind, on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. And so Paul encourages us to fix our eyes, to set our hearts on things above, and to set our minds on Christ. And I want to relate this to, the external environment that we're living in. We watch news every day and people are getting killed, children are being defiled, so much evil is happening. And all this can actually affect what's happening on the inside. It can affect the soul. It can even make our hearts sick. And so the word of God says in Proverbs, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. But how can we do all this? How can we guard our heart? How can we protect ourselves and shield ourselves from all that's happening? And the word of God says that we should fix our eyes on Jesus. No wonder God tells Joshua in chapter 1 of Joshua that, meditate on the Lord day and night, then you will be successful and prosperous in the land that I'm about to give you. And Psalms chapter 1 says, blessed is the man, if I may read, it says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does, he prospers. And so when we fix our eyes on Christ and meditate, on his word day and night, then we have a promise. We can be sure that we'll be like this tree planted by the water, which yields its fruits in season. It doesn't matter what's going around us, but the Bible promises that we are going to be successful wherever we go. And that's Isaiah 53 says, he was wounded for our transgression, crushed for iniquities, the chastisement that brought us peace, that brought our shalom, that brought our abundance, our peace, our joy, our prosperity. It was all upon him, and by his stripes we're healed. But how can we gain access to all this? But it's by having a relationship with Christ, focusing our eyes on Christ and meditating on his law, meditating on his word, on the promises of God day and night. And that's why Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, we focus our eyes not on what is sin, for what is sin is temporal, but we focus our eyes on the unseen, on what is not seen, for what is unseen is eternal. Christ is eternal. The promises of God are eternal. The word of God is eternal. And we can be sure, as David says in Psalms 27, that I am confident of these things, that I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And so the promises of God are to be enjoyed here and not in heaven. We have an assurance that even here on earth, God has promised our healing. God has promised our prosperity. God has promised our joy. Isaiah 63 says that he died to give us beauty for ashes, the oil of gladness for mourning, a garment of praise, for a spirit of despair. But we can only access all this if we are communing with God, if we have a relationship with him, commune with him, put our focus on him, and meditate on his word. And so I encourage us to declare the word of God, even not just over what we're going through, but even around, whatever is going around. What does the word of God says? We need to find out what the word of God says concerning whatever is going, concerning whatever is happening around us. The news that we watch, the things that we hear about, because the word says, in the last days we shall hear things, and even people shall faint. And so, but we need to encourage ourselves with the word of God. What does the word of God says concerning every situation, and declaring this word of God over our lives and the lives of others around us, to the glory of God. And so thank you for watching. God bless you and have an awesome weekend. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.